You lovely lot. Welcome back to the weekend here on Crafters TV. It's time for Play Your Crafts Right. We're going to have some fun, we're going to have some games, but most importantly, we're all going to pick up lots of hints, tips and techniques as well along the way, because she's back. I do believe it might be our first show together this year. The headmistress of Crafters TV is back in the building. How are you, Jan? Happy New Year.
Good, thank you. Happy New Year to you, Joe. Well, we're trying to work out, weren't we? It's like trying to remember what you've done when it's already gone past. I know I feel a bit deja vu because I was here last Saturday with George on Play Your Crafts Right, and obviously fast forward a week and we're back doing it all over again. Yeah, so same show, different products, got some fabulous stuff to show you. Shall we have a look at a few samples?
Oh yeah, why not?
Let's have a little look at what's coming up then. So we've got that, oh gosh, I've had a chance to play with this and it is beautiful. We've got that gorgeous Swan Lake limited edition Sarah signature collection on this morning. So if you haven't had a chance to buy it just yet, absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to show you one or two samples of things that we could make. And we've actually got a craft along with this afternoon. So I've popped the details up of what we're going to be doing later, but these are just a few ideas. Beautiful colour palette in here. You get stamps, you get dies, you've got some accessories, those gorgeous papers. Basically just decide on your card design. There are card blanks in the basic sizes in the box, but if you wanted to make something just that little bit different, you've got your reverse easel card there, all along that Swan Lake theme. All the feathers that you see, there's a pack of these in the box as well, so those are part of the embellishments, same as the ribbon and the gems. You've got some of those in there, and you've got a gorgeous pot of iridescent glitter in there as well. So the stamp there on the top of that willow tree stamp, that's part of the deal. Absolutely gorgeous little collection, and as I say, the colour palette, this teal colour is absolutely stunning. We've got that embossing folder in there, which is what I'm going to start. I'm going to do your demo with that one first thing this morning. So that's Swan Lake. We've
Brilliant.
Also got coming up at 7 o'clock tonight, we've got Craft House.
Oh, it's going to be a good one,
and we've got the Dreamies in the building. I think our Carol is going to be popping in, isn't she? Yeah. So I'm just going to show you some of the kits that they've actually got available. These are stunning.
So
absolutely.
Busy here already, Jan. 10% gone actually on this one.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've had the privilege of playing with these over the last few days, Joe, and honestly, every time they send me a box of goodies, I just think each time they just seem to get better and better. So you've got that gorgeous hanging plaque that says Home Sweet Home. This all comes to you as blank MDF, as you know. We get anybody that's shopped with us with the Dreamies before, that you know they are known for this kind of project, but then decorate it however you wish. We've got some new paper pads on the show. We've got the moss and the sisal on the show for that added decoration.
Ooh,
we've got
pearls.
Had that on my
show before, the moss.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So that is just one of the designs. And then let me just swap that over for this one. I'm going to try and demo this one later in that 7 o'clock show. But just look, you know, if you wanted something just as a little decoration or to send to somebody as a gift, you can decorate these, you know, you can paint them. We've chosen to use papers on this one, adding those pearls in. And in the top there, you've got that moss, just with a selection of little die cut flowers. We've all got flower dies in our stash there. So as I say, I've got this part prepped. We're going to try and do this one later on if you can join us at 7. But that's not the only things on the show. I'm going to bring this one in as well. We've got that lovely Hoppy Easter.
Oh, nice.
So Hoppy Easter with the little bunny there actually burrowing down below the fence. I don't know whether he's trying to escape or whether he's trying to get in or not. But again, you know, we're going to give you some ideas as to how to decorate these, because they literally all come just as plain die cut pieces with the MDF. So that one's the fence. We've also got a gorgeous another hanging plaque here. This is it really is sort of very shabby chic look on this one.
Love that.
So again, our family. It says our family held together with heartstrings.
That's cute, isn't it?
But absolutely gorgeous, yeah. And I'm going to use this one hopefully later. And what I've done is I've actually prepared some of the hearts with our family's names on, so to do it sort of hanging with the family on. So yeah, we'll see if we can get through as much as we can later on in that 7 o'clock show. And then let's have a look.
We've got already, Jan. I know we bought more stock than we did previously, but it's very, very busy still. You've saved the best till last, Jan, I think.
Honestly, last time we did this, we were struggling, weren't we? We hardly had anything left by 7 o'clock. Just show you that one as well. That's the tricycle
10%
there,
on
and
here already
again
as well.
covered with the papers, you know, adding a little bit of glitter paint there, popping your flowers in. As I say, that little moss collection, the sisal and the moss, is really useful. You can just see in the top there.
Love those daisies. Are they dyes you've used for that?
This is a dye, yeah. As I say, any dyes that you've got in your stash, you know, we've all got flower dyes hidden away. I know I've got millions of them, so the hardest part is choosing which flower to use. But yeah, just adding a little sentiment in there. And then we've also got a pack of 3 items, which is what I'm going to demo for you this morning, which includes that lovely little spring basket there.
Cute.
You've got the teapot, and they stand on the little plaques there. And then the third one is actually a stand-up, and it's just a larger version of that birdhouse there. So these come all 3 as one pack, and we're going to have a go at demoing the little basket on this show in a little while.
Brilliant.
there.
10% of these gone as well, Jan.
Honestly,
so, I mean, they've only just gone live
stunning.
this morning
Yep.
as well. So most of our viewers in the US not even probably woken up. I mean, it's 7 a.m. in the US. I wouldn't be awake at 7 a.m. But maybe many of you are. You are shopping ahead at the moment. So
it always sells well, doesn't it? So I would say if you're interested, get your order in, because I know last time, by the time we got to 7 o'clock in the evening here in the UK, such a lot of the items had gone. So if you're interested, don't leave it too late. No. That's all I will say on that one.
And the thing is, we will have items for the show, but we might not have the items you personally want. So if you want the full pick, then get over there. Georgie Ann says, hi Joe and Jan from Clearwater, Florida. Thea says, hoi hoi from the Netherlands. It's dry and 7 degrees Celsius. I really appreciate a weather update, Thea, so thank you for that. Dee saying hi. Barbara's in Indiana. Linda in Maryland. Who else have got in here? Dee is in from Kentucky as well. It's 7 degrees Fahrenheit in Kentucky. I think that's really cold. I'm going to say, is that like -8 or something along those lines?
It must be, because we were sort of, you know, we were thanking our lucky stars that it was 7 degrees centigrade here, which is just above freezing. But
Fahrenheit is well below freezing,
Fahrenheit, that's well below, isn't it?
-13. That is freezing.
Definitely.
Christine Mahoney says, good morning everyone. Today's my Friday. 1 more day of work and 2 days off. You and me both. Fake Friday for me today, Christine. So who knows what will happen later. Mariah's in Hamburg. Who else have we got? Serenity Soul is in Pennsylvania. What a name. Marsha's in as well from Ohio. Ohio, Marsha. Mary Gay's in Wisconsin. Mariah's loving the pink. Thank you very much. Christine's also saying good morning. There's loads of you chatting today in here. I see the lovely Linny, Treasure Heart, Adriana. Dee's really pleased that you're back with us as well. Christine saying we always learn so much when Jan is here. We absolutely do. We're going to kick things off with, I believe, the Swan Lake. So if you just want the box, a couple of different ways of getting hold of this. If you want the box on its own, you can. There are the details for you, $49.99 or $59.95. However, I don't want to give you that, because you've got a larger collection. Now, in the larger collection, you're actually going to get 2 of the ink pads in here, and you're going to get the cardstock. Now, that's corresponding to work with a whole collection. So 2 ink pad colours that will work with it beautifully, and 2 paper collections as well that will work with that beautifully too. Am I right in saying you get 60 sheets of paper? You do. 60 sheets of paper, 2 ink pads, and the box itself, and you're only paying, let's just change those details for you. So you're only paying $64.97, $82.87. So essentially an extra, what, £15 or $23 thereabouts to get all that, those extra bits. Of course, you can use your Club Inspired discount. We'll talk more about that as we go through the show. Swan Lake then, Jan.
Yeah.
I always get Swan Lake and the Nutcracker confused.
Very different, Joe.
No, I know, very different.
Very different, yeah. We started out, the first box edition that we did was Nutcracker, and it was received really well. So this is the second one in the box collection. Now, Sarah's become quite famous for those signature collections. They're one of my favourite parts of the Crafter's Companion products, purely because you get everything you need together. You've not got to worry about trying to match up papers with the right things. It's all done for you in a box. The only thing that we say, we've called it a limited edition, because once the box is gone, we can't do any more configurations of it. When we have the big signature collections, Joe, we can sometimes reconfigure them if the paper pads have sold out, something like that, or if one of the dies is so, we can reconfigure the bundle and have a look at the price for you. But this, because it's all in the one box, when the boxes have gone, that's it. There's only that one print run of it and it's gone. So I'm just going to show you a quick flick through what's inside, and then we're going to do a demo. As always, it's full of goodies. and it's made up of card blanks and envelopes. And then the main part of that collection, you've got this beautiful die set there. Let me just put that over something white so that you can see that a wee bit better. Have I got something white? Grab that one, that'll work. Okay, just to give you an idea there, you've got the ballerinas on there, you've got those gorgeous swans at the bottom, that lovely willow tree, lots of sentiments on there, and you've got a set of metal dies that cut out the majority. There's not one for every single thing, but the majority of them. But we all know that we can do that fussy cutting as well. You get a lovely 2D embossing folder, which is what I'm going to use this morning to start off our design. So I'll show you that one for real. I'll put that to one side. You also get 4 stencils in there, and these are made to work with some of them to work with the embossing folder, so that you can get that detail. So you can mask some of it out, and then you can do the trees. The other stencil masks the trees out, and you can do the gazebo here. So yeah, lots of fun with those as well. You've got your usual set of card blanks, so the 6x6, 5x7 and 6x4 with matching envelopes to go with them. You've got that gorgeous set of white feathers there, absolutely beautiful. And then we've given you 3 different packs of ribbon, so all colours to match the theme, 3 different sizes there. Gorgeous pot of the iridescent glitter there, absolutely beautiful. And then of course, as always, there is a selection. Now mine have been dipped into, because obviously I've been prepping, we're doing a craft along with this later, and we've been doing, you know, demos and things. So mine's a little bit dipped into, but you can see that there are a selection of papers, and they are double-sided as well. So 8x8 inch in the blue, in the lilac shades, and then this gorgeous teal shade. And then we've got an assortment of pearlized double-sided card as well. Just see that shimmer on there.
Really nice,
yeah,
isn't it?
in the
I
3
love
different
as well
colours.
that the papers are all exclusive to each box as well.
They
it's not
are.
like you'll be able to come back and get this paper somewhere else. So
Nope.
if you want it, you need to get it within the boxes you see them.
And then there's a selection of matte cardstock as well, so you can use this for matting and layering, you can stamp on it. The papers are matte as well, so if you wanted to add any stamp detail to that. So let's pop a demo in there for you and show you how to just put some of the items together. And as I say, I focus mainly on that lovely embossing folder for this one. So pop all those bits to one side, out of the way. Pop my box over there, and I'm just going to bring in a piece of plain stamping card, nice smooth stamping card. And the first thing I want to do is add some colour to it. Now I've worked with that lovely teal shade.
Nice.
So the matching ink pads that we've got are in the blue and the lilac, so I had to bring in sort of that tealish shade. Now when I was looking through my ink pads, the best match for them I'd got in my stash was the Distress Oxides. Now I know we've not got these on the show, but we do have some of them on the website. I'm not sure about the actual colours, I've not had a chance to check, but we do have the Distress Oxides on our website if you wanted to go there. And then I've brought in a couple of my sponge applicators to apply the ink. And what we're going to do is literally go over the whole piece of cardstock, first of all, with that light colour. So just to load up the ink applicator and basically get that colour down. So I've picked these 2, as I say, to go with that lovely teal cardstock that we're going to use. Oh, my producer Johnny's just saying these 2 colours are actually out of stock at the minute, so I do apologise.
I'm guessing you could do this with any of the other colour combos
You
that you
can,
might have
absolutely.
as well.
You can do it with the water reactive inks,
Yeah.
you could do it with your pigment inks. It was just the shades that I was looking for.
Absolutely.
And for this particular one, the greens that we had in the Harmony range were a different shade of green, which is why I've just pulled these 2 out. So my apologies if we haven't got them in stock. But if you were using the blues, you've got that lovely ocean blue, and you've got the Midas one that we've got in the deal for you, which is lovely. And if you were using the lilacs, then that crushed velvet would work, or again we've got amethyst in that Midas ink, which would both go with those. So again, just popped a whole layer down of that first one, and then I'm going to change out my applicator to a darker one. And what I want to do is I want to bring in some darker areas where this detail's going to go. So we've got the tree at this side, and then I've got the tree and that little bit of grass area at this side. So what I want to try and do is just sort of emulate that and bring in a bit of that darker green where that area is going to emboss. So we've got the tree at the top there, along with that grassy area. And you might think, oh goodness me, Jan, you made a right old mess. But just bear with me. And then down this side, we have got that larger tree. So it doesn't have to be exact, it's just so that where the embossing sits, you've got that slightly darker element, and then this lighter bit was going to be the sky and then into that watery area. So I'm going to go back with the lighter one now, and this will blend it all out so it doesn't look quite as, oh heck, what have you done, Jan? So just pushing that colour together, and you can see how that's blended, and your pigment inks in the Harmony range will do this as well.
Okey-doke.
And the water reactive ones will all blend like this one.
Oh, that's much better now.
Yep, there we go. So you can see it's all blended out
It looks
now.
like me trying to put my makeup on this morning. A bit of a bronzer-based incident this morning, Jan. I look like I've sort of had a spray tan and someone sort of dipped me into a pool of water sideways a little bit. I've got a bit of a tide mark. Don't get too close,
First thing he
Charlotte.
said to me when he came in, he says, oh, look at my face. He says, I've just done my bronzer and I think I've gone a bit overboard, but bless you. It just looks like a nice tan, Joe. I'm a bit jealous. Bit jealous. There we go. So let's just give that a clean up, and we've got that piece now. And then if you wish, because they're all water reactive, the inks, you can actually do the splattering. So I've got my little splatter brush here, brush. So again, not too wet, and then just pop that over the top, just to add a bit of interest, mainly along that lighter area. If you haven't got the brush, you can do that with your finger. If you just pop some water into your hand and flick it on there, it works just as well. And then just leave it for a second or two. The longer you leave it, the better the effect. But I can see it now starting to push that ink around, and it will do this with your Harmony water reactive ones as well. They're designed to do this, and then literally just blot. I've got a piece of kitchen paper there, and it lifts that ink out, so it gives you that really nice sort of extra layer of detail. Okay. So just make sure that that's all dry.
A lot of people chatting away. Alicia says hi to the beautiful Jan. Good morning from the Pacific Northwest, says Teresa. Linda says she's loving the glitter. And Doris says, what a gorgeous collection. Just to let you know, if you wanted to go for the Swan Lake and the Nutcracker together, you get the Nutcracker half price when you're going for the Swan Lake as well. So if you don't yet own the Nutcracker and you're already going for this, brilliant chance to add that one into your basket. It's a different item number that you'll need. It is that one there, 72.48 or 84.92 to get that. Lovely that you get that half price. We're going to try
and have a little look at that later for the benefit of anybody that hasn't seen that before, Joe. So I'll bring that one in later on.
Fabulous.
So all I've done is I've popped the cardstock in my embossing folder. I've got the coloured side facing the detail on my folder, and because it's a 2D folder, I've just grabbed the two clear cutting plates. So just check, if you're not using one of our Gemini machines, just check your plate combination for a normal embossing folder, and then we're going to pass that through our Gemini, and that's going to emboss that detail into the card.
Wonderful. Lots of people still chatting away. Mariah says all the Dreamies items are adorable. Deborah's got her order in as well. Adriana says what a great deal. Love to Cruise says hello, Joe. She actually says aloha, Jan and Joe. From Hawaii. Today's temperature will be 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
18.
So from 8 to 80, 80.
80.
So yeah, that's got to be what, in the mid-30s?
That's the opposite end of the scale, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's 26 degrees Celsius, is it? There we are.
Wow,
that is warm.
that's like that's a good summer for us, isn't it? 26 degrees.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a nice summer for us here in the UK.
We can also get like 16 degrees though, can't we, in the summer as well?
Yes, yeah. Right, so again, I'm just going to go back to my darker shading there, and I've just got a brush this time rather than the applicator.
I like this brush.
Yeah, these are just off the internet. If you just type in sort of ink brushes, I've got a couple of different types that I've bought because we don't actually make them under the Crafter's Companion brand, but they are basically a different way of applying ink. Because I've got all that detail on here now, what I want to do, because it's difficult for you guys to see, I can see that this is embossed. If I flip it over, you'll be able to see that design on the back there. But just by actually using the brush now over that embossed area, and dusting that brush across, it's going to bring out some of that detail. So just a little bit of the darker coloured ink, and it captures where that embossed detail is. It's just a slightly lighter way. You can do this with the sponge applicator, but I just find I'm a bit heavy-handed, so I prefer to use, and that brush just catches the edge, and you can just see how that embossing is popping out now rather than it being sort of in the background. Okay, so if I bring you this round again now, you can see there that detail of the tree coming out. We've got either the sun or the moon, whichever you prefer it to be. And then because that lighter area here, I'm going to class this part as water here. We're going to put one of the little swans. And then what I want to do is just bring out the detail a little bit more with the gazebo there. So I'm going to bring out the good old gilding wax and pop a little bit of that onto there, and I only want a little bit. I'm going to highlight, I'm going to be, whether it's a sun or a moon, it's going to be gold, because I can. So again, just a little bit, and because that's now reflecting, I'm going to catch the edge of the tree there as if it's highlighted the branches.
Lily says, talking about the packaging on this box, the castle on the front of the box reminds me of Glamis Castle, where the Queen Mother was born. Don't think it is. It's a bit cold in Scotland for those outfits, says Lily. Dawn Barry's got a question for you as well. She's trying to make something out of cereal boxes, Jan. What's the best glue to use?
If it depends what you're actually using for, but I would go for the Kalal.
Perfect.
I tend to refer to it as construction glue because when it dries rock solid, so it gives rigidity, sturdiness to your project. So if you're using something like recycled packaging, it'll just give it that extra hold. So as I say, once it gives you time to move it about to get things in place, but once it's dry, it's almost like having an extra layer of cardstock in there. It really does sort of give it some sort of welly. So again, just pop a little bit. I only want a touch of the gilding wax, as if that sort of light's coming from up here and catching those elements. So as in true Jan fashion, you know, demo number 1, we're already covered in ink and gilding wax and you name it. So just bear with me a second.
No problem at all. Terry says very, very pretty. Jan's fantastic. Love her demo, says scrap paper scissors. I love this kit. I love the ballet Swan Lake. Mary Beth saying, hi everyone from Minnesota, excited to see Jan again, always learn something new. Scrap paper scissors says, oh, that paper looks awesome, Jan, loving the technique. Lily says, this is why we love Jan, all these wee hints and tips. And Ronnie saying, morning all, great to see Joe and Jan. We're back with you all day, aren't we? Triple Joe and Jan.
Triple Joe, because we've got our Johnny producing in the gallery.
Triple J day.
Triple 4 cubed. We've got Jake in the building as well, so it's J cubed today, isn't it? Day. And then we've
Charlotte.
got our Charlotte, bless her. All right. Right, so again, I've literally done this ahead of time and matted and layered it on some of that plain jade green cardstock. And this is from the box as well. So you can see I've done exactly the same thing there. The only thing that I have done is pop, using the metallic paint markers that we've got coming up on the show later. I've just used one of the markers to edge around the card, and it gives you that sort of almost faux impression that there's another layer of card in there without, if you get what I mean. So it's just highlighted the edge there. And then what we're going to do, I've prepared my card blank, something a little bit different. I've used 2 of the 5x7 inch cards out of the kit, so just a standard 5x7, and I've turned one round the other way and stuck them together. So this is one half, and then this is the other half, and I've stuck them together to make that sort of concertina shape. So we're going to make like a 3-panel card, and this one is for the centre here in the middle. All right, and then I've used some of those beautiful papers. I've used some of the pearlescent card there. And all I've added from my stash, just to pick up this gold here, is a little bit of the gold satin card from one of our luxury packs, all right? And again, we're just going to create some traditional matting and layering. So let me just get that one all stuck together for you.
Okey-doke. So now I need one of those brushes, says Scrap Paper Scissors. Always learning with Jan, says Adriana. Remember, a full day. Don't forget as well, we will be playing our crafts right a little bit later in the show. Not very long now until Say What You See. You're team YouTube, aren't you, Jan? I'm team Facebook.
I am, yes. I let them down last week, guys.
Did you?
So, yes,
Pipped at the
that
post,
George pipped me. I was winning him 4-3 right up until the end, and then he just literally shot past. It was like the hare and the tortoise. Right at the last minute, he shot past me and pipped me to the post. I think it ended up being 5-4. So,
Oh no! So
yes.
You've got it all to play for this week, then, Jan. You're out for your revenge.
Yeah, I've got to make a comeback.
I haven't won in weeks.
Have you not?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you were a difficult competitor, Joe.
I am normally. I
usually...
just don't think I've had the
Have you not
games
been on
haven't
your
been
game?
on my side. No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens this week.
See what happens. We're on Say What You See today. Now, anything could come out. Honestly, that Joe can be very naughty, as you know.
So
who knows? And I'm
never
just
my
daft
fault.
with things like that. I still can't get over this. What was it? The Spectrum Iron has got to be my worst guess ever, Joe. They were
Spectrum
anagrams.
Iron.
They were anagrams, and it was Spectrum Noir.
And you put Spectrum
And I managed
Iron.
to make a Spectrum Iron out of it. I'm thinking, have we got a new product that I'd not heard about?
That's brilliant.
Oh, I'll never live that one down for a long while.
No.
A Spectrum Iron. Jeez, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, just could not make anything other than a Spectrum Iron. And Spectrum Noir was literally just sat there staring me in the face.
Oh dear.
Seriously, yes. Hangs head in shame. It was hilarious. I think it was Ben that was on.
I'm sure he didn't let
He
you
just
live it
couldn't
down.
do anything but laugh. He just lost the plot because he says, I can't believe that you couldn't see it was Spectrum Noir. I says, I can now. Now you know what the answer is. It's easy. But, so yeah, there's no telling what might come out this afternoon. So that's my 3 panels there, ready?
Terry Thomas, is the ink brush like a makeup brush or is it stiffer?
It's a little bit stiffer, the bristles in it. It's almost like I've got a slightly smaller one, I think, have I got one in my bag? I usually have one in the bag there. I think I must have been using it at home. You can buy smaller ones for stippling through stencils. I can't find it in my bag, so
like
I've got
a
a
face
little
mask
narrow
brush?
one. In this particular one, the bristles are quite, I don't know what they're made of, but they are actually quite thick. Yeah, producer John is saying it's more like a shaving brush than a makeup brush, because if it's too soft, it's literally just going to squish when you use it. So you want something that's got a little bit of substance to it. But yeah, if you just type in on the old search engines, ink brushes, there'll be lots of different ones. As I say, I've got a couple of different sorts. So that's my 3 panels at the ready. And then what I've done ahead of time for you is I've took the stamp set. Let me just turn that over so you can see that. And I love these. I've stamped out one of the little swans there at the bottom and just added a wee bit of colour with some of my pens there. And then you've got on there a little water lily and that gorgeous flower from the top. Just small decorations for this one. I've stamped out the With Love, which is the sentiment, and just used a punch for that one. And I've also stamped out the Swan Lake bit. Gorgeous font on this as well. All right, so we're going to use those now to just embellish that design and finish that card off. And I've also got one of those beautiful feathers as well. So we're going to use the feather at the front here, like so, and I'm just going to grab my hot glue gun there just to make sure that we can secure that on there. So I'm just going to secure it at the top there.
These feathers are fantastic, aren't they?
They're gorgeous, just look.
Are they real, Jan?
Beautiful.
They look real to me. I mean, if
They
they're
do
not real, they look
but
very real.
I'm not an expert on feathers, so I'm
No,
not
I think
sure.
because the base looks real. That's what it is. You know, the bottom of the feather.
The actual quill part.
The quill part looks real, yeah.
So I'm just going to hold that one in there until that glue started to set. And then what I've done is I've left a gap, put some foam pads on the back of my sentiment, but I've left a little gap that's actually going to go over the top of where that feather is. So this is going to help to hold it down as well. So that's introducing the story. So we've got Swan Lake there. And then where we've created this little design, we're going to have this guy on the lake here. And he's got his little lily pad and the flower. So again, just building up that scene.
Looks like that pagoda looks like the park round the corner from the house.
Yeah, to be honest, we've got a big park in Rotherham Town Centre, which is not far away from where I live, and they've got something very similar to that in that maybe it's like a bandstand.
Yeah, what's the park called, Johnny? Hardwick Park in the North East, yeah, not far from near Sedgefield. It's lovely.
So again, I've just got some tape on the back of these ready. And literally all I've done with these is stamp them out with some finesse ink. And then I've used my Tri-Blends, which are my go-to alcohol pens, I must admit. And then added just that bit of colour and little tiny embellishments. We're going to bring the tweezers in so that as if he's sort of on the lake but behind those details there. And then the last one, the With Love, we're just going to pop on here. So just keep that. I just want those papers to do the talking there. So if I spin you that one round, you've got that lovely sort of accordion style.
Cool, isn't it?
If you wanted to decorate the front, you could as well. You could add a panel on here and add some detail on here. But I literally just gone for that inside element there. And again, that could be a birthday, it could be an anniversary, it could be just because, whatever you wanted to do with it, Joe. Yeah?
Absolutely. Let me just quickly run you back through then what you are getting in here. All of those gorgeous big stamps and dies, of course, coming your way. Remember, not only those, and there's lots in that stamp and die set, which is fantastic. You will also then get your stencils too. You can run these through your embossing machine as well, should you wish, and create an embossed feature. You've got feathers in there, absolutely, you can do the same with those. Then you've got your card stocks as well, which is fantastic. So you've got your printed papers here, and you can see that beautiful imagery really continues all the way through this collection. Then you've also got your regular card there, and you've got your pearlescent card too, which is fantastic. You get the ribbons in here, and you get those feathers as well. You get 12 of the feathers, which is very, very generous. So all of that comes to you for that brilliant price. You can see platinum members, you're looking at under £40 or $50, which is fantastic. Jan, are you feeling competitive?
I'm always competitive, Joe. I'm just looking, I put my, oh, it's there. I was going to say, I put my pen in a safe place. Oh. And I'd momentarily forgot where my safe place was, but we're good.
You tracked it
I've
down.
got it.
Right,
I've got
it is
yes.
time then to play Crafts Right. Ooh, and it is, of course, say what you see. Can you tell what it is yet?
Oh my goodness, here we go.
What is it? What was it? Who was the character that was on Catchphrase? Mr. Chips.
Ah, yes.
I can't remember. Who was the guy that used to present Catchphrase, Johnny? Roy Walker.
That was
I can't remember
right,
what his catchphrases were. Was say what you see.
Might have been, yeah. Say what you see.
See it, say it.
Yeah.
If you say it, if you see it, say it. Say what you see, say what you see. So that's what we're going to...
This could be fatal, this.
That's what we're going to do. Right, so Jan is paying. She's not paying for anything. She's paying. Should we, before we get the example, so your team YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm team Facebook. So the winner, or whoever's team wins, 5 viewers will be chosen at random. Those 5 viewers will win a £10 or $10 spend with this, which is great. Should we just have an example then? We've got an example one here for us.
So this is not a real one. Oh, here we go, look. Oh, gosh.
I mean, is that Goodfellas? Is that chess? Is that board game? No, I would say move finger egg cup.
I've got chess point.
Play your crafts right.
It's pointing at you.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we let's that was hard.
Where was the right bit
on
from?
the mug? Why would it be? Why wouldn't you just?
What did it say on the mug?
Mr. Right.
Right. Oh dear.
I mean, we're not ready, are we? I mean, we haven't got a hope. a hope anywhere. Let's play then the first round, Jan. Let's go. How long do we get for these?
Oh, that's not long.
Are they crafty related? Oh, I've got it. Have I? I'm going to put this, but I don't think that's what it is.
I've written something down, yeah.
I've written something down.
I've written down what I can see.
I haven't written down what I can see. I've written
relevant,
down. I've put wax seal because there's a seal there. That's all I could think.
I've put seal brown, which is the colour of one of the ink pads. Yay!
Good going, Jan. I won't pretend that I'm not fuming. Have you got any kitchen towel over there, Jan?
I have. Would you like some?
Oh, I'd love some, please. Yeah.
There you are, my love.
Thank you very much. Lily got it, Deborah got it right, Michelle got it right. Loads of you got that one. Seal
Now
round.
this just could be lulling me into a sense of false security
Maybe, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right, I can see Jan's board, by the way, just FYI.
I'm just cleaning it now. You couldn't
Okey-doke.
before, could you?
No.
I was just cleaning it off.
Right, okay, let's go. I'm fairly confident, Jan.
You're fairly confident?
Yeah. Oh, a few more seconds left, Jan.
Oh no.
See what you see, see what you see. Right, we're nearly out of time, Jan. Just whatever you see,
I have
hear
not
what
got
you
this
see.
one.
Marsha's got it, Jen's got it. We're out of time, Jan.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to press you for an answer.
Oh, this is not right.
Okie doke.
Oh,
go. What have you got, Jan?
no,
I think I've got it, so we'll let you go first.
I've got a wood stone.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think that is Desert Storm. Not Desert Storm. Sandstorm. How's that a crafting product?
It's another colour. This is ink pad colours.
Where's the ink? I've never seen Sandstorm.
Is that what the theme is? Sandstorm's the lightest of the brown. Sandstorm, Friar Brown, Seal Brown.
Desert Storm isn't in a cardstock, though, isn't it?
That was a good guess, Joe.
Yeah, therefore I thought I had it. Right, it's still 1-0.
Oh dear.
I'll be having words with Adam after this.
We keep saying that every week. Oh, I've got that one.
Very easy.
That's easy, that one. Right, so it looks as if they're all colours then.
I think we've both got that one, Jan.
Yeah, nice and straightforward, that
so
one.
I'm going to go with any answers coming through,
I think
Johnny?
that was sort of bearing in mind that you knew who the female was, wasn't it?
Yes.
But I don't
Rosalind's got it right. I'm going to go with Pink Tulip.
Yep.
Pink Tulip. There we go.
Fantastic.
2-1 then. Yep. 2 more questions in this round. We'll have 2 rounds of 5 questions, of course. Let's have the next one then, in that case. Got it, Jan?
Yep, I think so. Now that I know that they're all colours, that's made it easier. I know my stamp colours.
Lily says, I love how confident Joe was with Desert Storm and then didn't get it right. Right, I'm going to go for Smoked Emerald.
Yeah, that's what I've put.
Smoked Emerald.
Yeah.
There we are. That was the answer, of course.
Fantastic. So
quite
that's
an easy
3.
one, that one.
Oh, right.
This is the last one in this round. Excellent.
Number 5.
Last one then in this round. Oh, I mean, these are really easy now.
Yeah, now that we know that they're all the colours.
I think Jan's on the home stretch now. I think you're going to... Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
I think you're going to absolutely thrash me now.
That one's feeling left out, clearly. We've not used a Midas colour.
Let's pop that one back. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, steady on.
There we go.
I think we're on Spring Meadow for that one.
I think we're on Spring Meadow as well, Jan. Of course, yes, it is. Spring Meadow. That was the first round then. See what you see.
So 4-3 on that one.
4-3. I love that Jan's so competitive. She keeps the scores herself, just in case anyone tries to. She
keeps
writes it on the board just in case anyone doesn't keep up.
I like to know it's it's encouragement. Yes.
It is
not
indeed.
Not that I'm at all competitive, Joe.
No, not
at all. We're probably the worst 2 people for that, aren't we?
Very, very busy on the Swan Lake. Also very busy across all of those Dreamies items. So if you've got those in your items, if you've got those in your basket, we'll give you an opportunity now to check those out. Here's all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Definitely think sand lightning is better, says Kim. Linny says
Sand lightning.
Sand lightning.
Sand
To be
storm,
fair, Joe, I
too.
think that's a good answer as well.
I thought
Michelle
that was,
thinks I deserved a point there, but
I thought
not.
that was a good answer, I must admit.
Pat sends paper hug, says, yay, Jan. Good for you, Jan, says CJ. The next round will be harder, says Wendy. Who knows? Terry Tom says, I just went through my ink pads yesterday, so this was easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Karen says, I'm celebrating today. I've reclaimed my craft room as I no longer have to work from home. Whoop, whoop, no new job. Today I added my rose gold Gemini in and had a mega clean and sort. Bring on the crafting. Love that. Really nice when you've got a new workspace. How's your, should I ask or should I not ask?
It's getting there.
Is it?
It's getting there.
Your
Yeah, it looks
conservatory?
much better than it did. Obviously, now that I'm back at work, I've got less time to give to the tidying. So while I was off over Christmas, I got loads done and I've rejigged it and I've sort of bought a bit of extra storage space. But now that I'm back working and prepping, it's not so easy to get it done, but it is work in progress.
is.
And I
Pace done
will.
this, isn't he?
I will get there. I'm determined
You
to
will.
get there. I've started labelling things up now so that I know where they are, because in my glorious mess, I could put my hand on everything. But as usual, when you tidy up, you're like, what did I do with that?
I mean, it begs the
Where
question,
did
what's
I
the point of
put
tidying
that?
in the first place?
Yes, it is.
There you are.
Yes.
Right, I want to whiz through some of the Dreamies products. There's a lot on the show later, but a lot of it is selling very, very fast. So I don't want you to miss out on something that you've got your heart set on. Let's start off with the home reef kit that you can see just here. $7.99 there. You've got the reef itself and then all those embellishing elements on the inside of that one too. We also have the spring gift 3 artboard collection for you. So that one there, $7.99 makes 3, which is awesome, or $11.99. We then have the In the Fence MDF kit, which is fantastic. I love that there, as you can see. Isn't that the tricycle? The pictures will change. Oh, there's the 3D tricycle kit that you've got there. Here comes the fence. That's the In the Fence MDF kit that you've got there. We've also got the wheelbarrow available for you as well. And the wheelbarrow, $9.99 or $14.99. Our Family hanging MDF kit is the next one we're going to look at. $8.99 or $13.49 if you want to get your hands on that one. I really love that. It was really beautiful. The sample that Jan showed us earlier. We also have some of their papers available on the show. They're 8x8. This one here is the Abundance of Apricots. Then you've got the other ones. You've got Denim Delight. You can also go for Something Blue or Pure Bliss. 48 sheets here, and it's definitely a paperweight. 120 GSMs. You've got the Dreamies, Mix Moss and Sisal. Sisal. What's it called? Well, why is it Sisal? I like Sisal.
Sisal.
Yeah, I like Sisal. I'm going to call it Sisal. I think it's better. Got so much sis. Anyway, we've also got the Essential Box of Pearls available for you. She was a singer apparently. 4,750 pearls. Imagine the amount of necklaces or bracelets, or you could use that as embellishments if you are a jewellery maker. That is going to be brilliant. $19.99 there. And then we've got the Festive Box of Pearls as well. If you want to get those, do check out the website for you, which is wonderful. Let's come back then. I know you love these shows, don't you? These Dreamies.
Honestly, it's like Christmas. The girls, Hayley and Carol, send me a box of goodies, and I get to play with these and, you know, have a look at them and sort of put my spin on them. And I know Carol's been doing some lives on their Facebook page where she's been having a look at some of these, and hopefully she's going to join us through the power of technology. She's going to join us later on tonight on that Craft House show. She just messaged me on Facebook actually. Did she? Yeah, she messaged me yesterday, bless her. So, but yeah, the fact that I get to have a play with these at home. So what I've done is I've taken just one of the smaller elements for this show this morning, because we don't have quite so much time, but then we've got a whole show at 7 p.m. here in the UK designated to this later on tonight. So I just took those 3 gift art boards, and this is how they come to you. You get, obviously there's 2 left because I've popped one of them out, but you get the little birdhouse, and if you remember at the top of the show, I just gave you an example of these decorated. So this is the kind of thing that you can do with it. You can see you've got the base there, you've got the lovely sort of piece for the roof, you've got the Home Sweet Home, the little birdies in there, the lucky clovers, and then there is a base if you want to actually stand them in the base there. So that was the little house. I'll pop that back in a second. And then you've also got the teapot. So again, all these pieces just pop out of that main carrier, and you can see there we've got, let me pop it around this way for you, you've got that lovely little decoration. So these are gorgeous as gifts. You could do them as ornaments, you can do them to sell once you've decorated them, but you can see those little flat back pearls, and they're gorgeous, these pearls. They've got like an aurora like tint to them, so even though this is the blue shade, you can see all those different colours when the light hits it. And then adding, you know, like I said, we've all got flower dyes in our stash, we've all got stamps, so just adding your own personal touch to it. And then the third one, same shape, but I've actually popped the elements out of this one to give us that lovely little Easter basket, which pops together like this one. So this is an example that Carol and Hayley have sent to us. I'm just going to do one now, just a quick one for you, just to show you how to pop it together. So you get the main part of the basket, and then you get the base, and you can see here the 2 little lugs on the bottom are going to fit into here to allow it to stand as an actual ornament there. Okay, so really nice and simple. If you wanted to add a little bit of glue, if you're keeping it as an ornament and you don't want to dismantle it, use a little bit of our white PVA, the tacky glue, just inside on those little lugs before you drop them into the baseboard, and that helps keep it all together.
Just thinking, Jan, these as well, you could paint these in chalkboard paint, leave a bit of chalk by them. If you run out of anything, just pop a little note on there.
What a fabulous idea, Joe, yeah?
Maybe put the bins out, get milk,
yeah,
all those little
that
things.
would be great, wouldn't it? Just have it maybe in the kitchen, maybe at the side of the fridge or something like that, yeah? You could even, I suppose, add magnets to the back of it and make it into a little magnetic element. You get an extra sort of frame for the basket there, and then you get all these gorgeous little Easter eggs. So you've got some that's got the stripes on, you've got some little baby ones there. So there's lots to play with. And then you've also got the spring wishes, which is the wording there, and these have all just been popped out, a piece of MDF that was started off as this size. And then the last bit, I've not actually used this one, there is the word love on there as well, but I've kept that one, I'll use that for another project. So I've done a bit of prep ahead of time, because obviously we've only got so long. So the basket itself, I've actually used some of those gorgeous papers drawn around it, cut it out, and then passed it through. I've got a basket weave folder.
Nice.
Which is one of our older Crafter's Companion folders. You can see it's just craft card on the back there. I've stuck the paper to the front, and then I was in a dilemma whether I wanted it in the craft card, but I thought, no, I do like the bit of patterning on it there. And then I've just gone over it with some ink, just again to highlight those areas. So what we're going to do first is get that stuck straight onto that MDF piece. So again, I'm just going to use that PVA glue. It works nicely with the MDF. So this is our tacky glue that I've just decanted into those little small application bottles. It just gives me a finer tip there to work with the glue. And then we're going to pop this straight on top and leave that to dry for a second while we have a play with some of those other elements. And I always call it having a play, because it really is not like working.
So did you fussy cut that, did you say, Jan? Did you
I've just cut it, I've drawn around it with pencil, yeah, and just use my scissors to cut it out of the paper. Perfect. Nice and simple. And then in here, where you've got the handle part, I tend to go for my craft knife, and I usually cut across in the gap here, so that I can then get in with the smaller scissors and start and snip that piece that's enclosed.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Lena wants to know if we need to prime this before we add papers to it.
I haven't with any of them. Just literally straight on the MDF, and that's going to stick down. So I'm just going to leave that to one side for a second. And then there's all sorts of things you can use for these. You can get your paints out. The paint will go straight onto the MDF. If you're using a brighter colour with the paint, then maybe a layer of white gesso first, so that you get that brightness of colour. If it's a darker colour, I would go straight onto the MDF, no problem. But the other thing that works well on these are the markers. So my alcohol markers there, just with the chisel tip, I've literally gone over this, just literally dragged the pen across it and added some colour. I've just chosen a colour that matched the theme with the papers and everything. And again, I haven't primed it, I've just gone straight onto that bare MDF, and you can see how that just takes that colour beautifully and tones in nicely with what we've got there. So that was how I arrived at that one.
Because you wouldn't think about using an alcohol marker normally on MDF.
Not
so nice
necessarily, but it was just a case of looking around, thinking, well, what can I use? Give it a try. I usually try it on a piece of the scrap here where you've popped all the elements out, and just try it and see what works. The first layer, the MDF can be a little bit absorbent, so the first layer does look a bit faint, but again, you can build it up just to get that depth of colour. But on the show later tonight, we've brought the metallic paint pens and the acrylic paint pens. So again, these are great for adding colour. So you can see here, I've actually started with the little eggs and added a couple of bits of colour onto those, just using those brilliant acrylic markers there. Again, straight onto the MDF. I haven't actually done anything to it first. So I'm going to take out the pink one and the blue one as well there. I've used the lime green from that first set, which are the pastels, and then the yellow comes from the bright sets. And as I say, we have got those on the Craft House show later this evening. So I'm going to colour the other two eggs in and literally just give the paint marker a good shake, and then we're literally just going to go straight on to that MDF. And again, I did 2 coats. The first coat, it doesn't sort of absorb it as such, but I think sometimes it does take on the colour of the that sort of brown underneath. And this is what I was saying about, if you want a really vibrant shade, pop a little bit of white gesso on there first, let it dry, and then colour on top of the gesso, and you'll get a really nice bright colour there.
Got those paint markers available, Jan, 25 of them for that price that you can see there.
Yep.
That's amazing, really amazing, just over £1.50 a marker. So you get the acrylic paint markers in the bright, the jewel, the pastel and the essential, and then the metallics, you'll get the liquid gold, the quicksilver and the molten copper. With the metallics, you get 3 of the same colour but in different nib sizes, which is excellent. So details are there for those if you want to get a hold of them.
So again, I'm just going to go in with that lovely pale blue one there. And then once this dries pretty quickly, because you're only putting a very thin layer on with the pen, and I just keep using that pump action to make sure that the paint's flowing nicely, to make sure that it's coming through that nib. And let that first layer dry, and then when you add a second layer, you're going to get much more vibrancy of colour. So now that one's dry, we can go over the top and you're going to get a truer colour to what you've actually got in your paint pen, rather than it absorbing that sort of craft card colour of the MDF. So again, just popping that on the top to give it some colour.
If it's the art boards people are after, Jan, I need to let you know, a fifth of the stock gone.
Oh, wow,
stock
I knew this would happen again.
So if you want the art boards, I don't know if they'll make it to the show. I think the art board collection, no wonder that you're getting, what, as a platinum member, $6.39 to get 3 of those. If you want them, I would not wait until the later show if those are on your wish list.
Yeah, that's the set that we're using now, the artboard gifts. So they do go really quickly. I know in the past I've done several of the Dreamies shows for the girls, and their stuff is so well received. And do you know why I think it is, Joe? It's so affordable.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, I've seen MDF kits out there on the internet, and they're a fortune, whereas this is so affordable that people can afford. Even if it's the first time you've used MDF, because of that price point on it, you can actually, you know, have a go and have a play with it. So the actual metallic paint markers, like Joe said, you get 3 of the same colour, but you get a real broad chisel tip, you get a bullet tip, and then a really fine one, which is great for doing the written work. You know, if you like to sort of do fancy writing in your Christmas cards or your birthday cards. Can never get these out of the, there we go, the box. So all I've done with these on those little legs that are meant to look as if they're striped, and again, you can hear that mixer bowl, just to give it a good shake, get that paint all nice and woken up. And then again, straight onto that MDF. No messing. Because you've got the quality of paint inside these, it just seems a waste of both product and time to prep all these with gesso. So when it goes over that so nicely, it's really creamy paint in these, then literally you don't need to do that prep work. As I say, you're just wasting product really. The only time I would use the gesso is if I'd got a really, really bright colour and the base layer of the MDF was distorting the colour. I mean, you can see there with that yellow one, you know, you've got a really nice bright yellow there, same as that pink one's come up nice, and then we've got that little heart, and I was going to use, just bear with me a second, I need that
lots of people chatting about these, Jan. Pat Sense Paper Hug says the Dreamies are really cute. I have a box full of Dreamies I need to work on. I love the teapot, says Mary Rhino. Caroline says I would never have thought of using a marker. And Pat says, well, I love that you can colour with those paint pens. They are very versatile, those paint pens. They'll go on a whole host of different surfaces, won't they, Jan?
Yes, lots and lots. They go straight onto the glass, so you can actually decorate things like little glass votives that you'd put a candle in, or a vase. It's not dishwasher safe. It is a decorative element, so things, you know, that you're wanting to use as...
we could use a sealant over the top of it. Could
yes,
like
you could
dishwasher-proof Mod Podge or something like that.
Yeah, a sort of like a clear varnish over them, you could do, yeah. But also, you know, things like, they will go onto fabric, again, as a decorative element. So, you know, it's not just a paper crafting product. These inks have been designed to work for you on multiple surfaces. And again, I would just, you know, if you're thinking, well, what kind of surface, Jan? Just have a go. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You've wasted a little tiny bit of paint out of your pen. But they are, you know, they're full of ink. And you've got that lovely, on the acrylic ones, you've got that lovely little guide here to tell you how much ink you've got left in there, how much paint. So, you know, you can see mine's still, I've been using this one on the shows and still got that full. Yeah, so really, you know, cool. It's obviously working its way down, but you can see when it's getting low, so that if you wanted to order some more, you could. So we've got all those elements coloured in now. I'll sort all the pens out in a little while. Oh, I just wanted to do, I think I might leave the spring wishes in the craft colour, actually. I quite like that. That all tones in. So that should be dry enough now to actually pop it in the stand. And I like to just add on those little tabs just a little bit of that wet glue before I pop it in the stand, and then literally just fit those in. So you notice I've only taken the paper level with the bottom of the basket. I wouldn't recommend adding paper where these little tabs are, because this has all been designed specifically to be received in the gaps here. So if you've got a layer of paper on there as well, it's going to add to the bulk, and you might have trouble actually fitting it into those little gaps there. Now, because that tacky glue dries clear, I'm not too worried about the fact that there's a wee bit of glue there in the bottom. We're going to cover that area anyway. And then I've done the same with the frame here. Again, I've just used a dark brown marker, alcohol marker, and just coloured this in. And this is going to frame our basket. So we're going to pop this one onto the front there, just so that we've got that nice little frame on there. Okay. So I'm going to lay it down again now. Charlotte, bless her, she's chasing me around with the camera on you. So again, just use that wet glue. If you want to use your hot glue, if you prefer to work with the hot glue, that would work as well. But again, I find that this works perfectly. So again, that fine applicator just allows you to get it in the right place. And then we're going to just slide that one on top and line it up with the outside of that basket there, and it just gives you a nice little frame to work inside there.
So we've got Watergate going on over here at the moment,
Watergate?
Jan, because my water bottle is clear and see-through, the one that says Joe Remlett's TV Superstar on the side of it. I didn't buy this, someone bought it for me, obviously. But it was going a bit green inside.
Yes,
and someone kept saying the other day, oh, it's going green. And so I was like, it's not going to hurt you, is it? Well, I've just looked at it and I've realised that it's all sparkly clean inside. So I've left it in the dressing room. Someone's cleaned it. My money's on Debbie Robinson.
Has it been through the dishwasher?
Probably.
I bet it's been through the dishwasher. The green does build up. It's like an algae, Joe.
But it's now all shiny and new. So someone's taken it, given it a good old clean and put it back in the dressing room.
There you go.
How lovely is that?
That is brilliant.
I'm going to go with either of the two Debbies, I reckon.
You think?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, I can't take credit for that because I wasn't here. Because
Debbie, you know what our Debbie Robinson's like? She doesn't like mess or anything that's a bit dirty. She, you know, when she's at the house where we all are, she starts cleaning. Or she's like a whirling dervish around that place.
She is
scrubbing everything, cleaning everything. I reckon it was Debbie. I'm going to text her and ask her.
Possibly.
But how lovely! Someone thought, I'll give his water bottle a scrub.
There you go. You see, teamwork. So again, I'm just going to pop the spring wishers on the front there. Give that a chance to just set for a second or two, and then I've got that lovely packet of moss and sisal. There's all sorts in here. Sizzle, yeah.
The sisal.
So you've got the two different types. You've got that lovely green moss, and then you've got the lighter coloured one, and then you've got here at the back. This is the sisal.
I guess you're going to stretch that out and it's going to go quite a long way, both of those
You need the tiniest amount, yeah. So, you know, this is actually, we're not going to stick a big clump of it on. It really does go a very long way. I know I've had a packet of this previously and I've not got to the bottom of it yet.
Stick it in my beard, I could be like some sort of bog monster.
So all I'm going to do is just take a little bit out of here, and I just want to trim, if it's not tearing, just to trim a little bit out. And again, it's just an extra bit of texture.
Builds interest, doesn't it, Jan?
Yeah, and we're going to put this behind here as if it's got something inside, and then we're going to pop those Easter eggs. So I am going to revert to my hot glue now. So I'm going to bring that hot glue gun back up, and I think I just need to find, yeah, we've got another glue stick in there in the back. So again, little top tip with your glue stick, warm the end of your new one, pop it in the back there, and it'll stick
perfect
to the one that's already in there. So again, I'm just going to pop a couple of little bits of hot glue. Come on, you can do it. There we go. In the place on the back, and then we're just going to tap this because the eggs are going to go on there as well.
Soon be Easter,
just literally.
We've got Valentine's first, then Easter.
Pop that in place, okay? And again, you've got all those little edge bits, but we're going to trap it with the decoration, so don't worry too much about it.
Do you do anything specific for Easter, Jan? Do you have any sort of... Because some people have family, don't they, and have dinners and stuff on Easter?
We tend to have a family dinner on Easter Sunday.
Right.
We're not particularly a religious family, so I don't follow it as such for its you know, its origins.
No.
But obviously now we've got little Toby. You know, we'll probably be doing some kind of little Easter egg hunt for him this year, because he's old enough now to understand. He's chattering away. I had him all day yesterday, and he's chattering away now. He loves to have a little conversation with you, and the stuff he knows, would you believe he's 2 next month, Joe?
Right.
I just can't believe where 2 years have gone. I can remember standing here being so excited about the prospect of him arriving.
I can remember, yeah. It was
2 years.
When I started, it wasn't long after, was it?
2 years already. Although you'd think he was 2 going on 12.
Right, okay.
And then, as I say, I'm just going to use that hot glue now. If I turn this round so that you guys can see it, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the bottom of the eggs there, and then just tack these behind as if they're stood in that basket. So again, just give it a second for that glue to bond, and this is going to help hold that sisal in place as well, which is why I didn't put too much glue on the back of it. Now I'm just seeing the time tick away, so I'm just going to speed up a little bit. I'll not stick all the eggs in. You get the idea here. You can see where these are going, so we'll just pop that last little bit on here. You maybe don't need all of them. You could maybe halve them and use the other half. And don't be afraid to use your MDF on cards as well. It will actually work on the cards. You know, you can add it straight to a card blank. It's not particularly heavy, MDF. So what I was going to do was build these up with the little eggs in as well, but I'll do that in a second. And I also want to take just a bit, and you only need a little tiny bit of this.
Loads of love for this demo coming in, Jem.
And I'm just going to pop a couple of bits at this side. And again, the hot glue sort of probably the best one for this, but just so that it looks as if it's got a little bit of detail here and a little bit at this side. My glue gun's misbehaving
That
today.
glue gun is...
I think it needs a new one, yeah.
It keeps pushing the glue stick to the side, I think.
Yeah, that's it, we're in. I shall have to start and bring mine with me, I think. So again, just that little bit in here as a suggestion. And then what I think I'm going to do, actually, I said I was going to put these on the back, but I think I might drop these into...
Doesn't need to be Easter. This could be a fabulous designer handbag if you wanted it to be, couldn't it?
Could be anything. You know, I always say it's your imagination there, you know, whatever you want to do. Okay, we've got that one there. I'll put that to one side. And shall we we'll put the little green one at the bottom as well. And again, what I was thinking, and I think I've seen this done on one of the samples, was actually popping some twine around the handle here.
Quarter gone.
And then we've got a little heart that I was going to finish it off with. So you can see where I'm heading with it. I'm just conscious of time. So if I get a chance after the show, I'll finish this off and I'll pop a picture of it on Facebook. But also, as I say, we've got these, and these are absolutely stunning. You know, there's 2 different colour themes with the flat back pearls. And each one's got, let's have a look, 750, 950 in each one. So, you know, you've got a selection of colours and you've got 3 different sizes. So it could be, like we did with the sample one here, it may be that you add some detail around the handle on that one. That looks really nice with the heart at the top.
Really cute,
What
that one.
I was thinking was possibly wrapping some twine around the handle and then adding the heart on. So you can see where I'm going with it, but obviously time's ticking away, so I'm just going to leave it as it is there for now, and if I get time I'll add a bit more detail to that later on in the day and show you on the later show tonight.
Of all the items that we have from Dreamies available on the show, that will be the one that goes first at this rate. It's your favourite item. A quarter of the stock has gone. Doesn't include the many of you that are sat with that in your baskets right now over on the website. Are you feeling confident? Poor Jan, she's got to get ready for the next round. I think she's got plenty of bits and bobs on the go.
I've covered in moss and all sorts here. I'm just going to pop it back in the packet so that it doesn't escape, and then I'm ready.
$15.99 or $23.19. That's the details for the pearls there that are on the screen for you. Go and have a look over on the website, not just in this Play Your Crafts Right show, but also in the later Craft House show, because there's many, many more items in that particular show from the Dreamies as well. It's going to be really lovely. We're going to have Carol with us here via Skype too. 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are over on the West Coast. But Jan, I believe it is time.
I'm ready
To play Crafts Right.
I'm ready.
Jan, are you feeling lucky? Is it 4-3, Jan, is it?
It is, and if it's
4-3.
along the same lines, I'm feeling much better about it, yes.
Okay,
But then who
excellent.
knows, Adam, he could have changed it completely by the time we get to round 2, couldn't he?
Who knows what the next one will be. So,
Right.
what we are going to do then, 5 more questions. Jan's in the lead. Whoever's team wins, Jan is playing for YouTube, I'm playing for Facebook. We'll pick 5 viewers at random from each team, and from the team that wins even, I'm making this sound easy, aren't I? And they will win £10 or dollars each to spend. I think we got there in the end. Let's have then that first, say what you see. That's a good one.
Oh.
I don't even know who that guy is on the right, but I only know because
I do.
It's straw.
Yeah.
Is it Gareth Bale?
No.
I'm joking. It's Christian Bale. I know it's Christian Bale.
It's Batman.
Gareth Bale used to play for Tottenham, but Straw Bale.
Straw Bale.
Loads of you got it.
Yeah,
Loads of you going for that.
fantastic. I'm liking this now.
Yeah.
I'll let Adam off now.
5-4. 4 questions to go. I'm quickly running out of time, Jan, if I'm going to bring it back today.
on, then.
Let's go, Jan, says Penny.
What
Go,
have we
Jan,
got
says
now?
Eve. Sarah Kay says go as well.
Oh. Oh. Have you got that?
I think so. Oh, Jan, this could be the one that stumps you.
It could, couldn't it? Oh, gosh. She's doing yoga. Is she doing yoga?
She's doing yoga.
Stretch.
I think she's on an Ayurvedic Indian yoga retreat somewhere. I'd say in the foothills of Jaipur, maybe.
You're just trying to put me off now. And the first one is...
Gonna have to press you for an answer, Jan. You've got 10 seconds.
Mist. I'm trying to think of the colours now. It's going to be... Is it misty? Mist? I'm stuck, Joe. I can't think.
Right, that's it then.
That's it. That's going to let you catch up, isn't it?
I have put, Jan, I mean, I don't even know if it is a colour.
Oh, I think I've got it. I've got it.
No, you're too late. You're too late. You're out of time. Sorry.
I didn't see yours.
No.
I didn't see yours.
I'm afraid that's it. Johnny, where are we at with this?
Oh.
You were out of time, I'm afraid, Jan. Misty morning.
Yeah, I've just do you know, that's the part of the ink pads that I'm not as familiar with, are those neutral colours. The rest of them I could probably tell you all the shades.
Johnny's just checking the VAR and the 4th official. You were just offside apparently, yeah. So there you are. All to play for then.
Oh dear. You see, I don't do yoga in the morning, so... Oh.
Right, let's have the next one then.
All right.
Have we got a tie break, Johnny?
Oh my days, I've lost it now.
You got it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got it. Damn!
It threw me a bit there, yeah.
What were you thinking? What was your line of thinking there?
I was thinking they were the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
But then it took a while for it to sink in that it was actually Baby Blue and not Baby Blues Brothers.
Baby Blue.
Do you know?
Maybe we should have that as a colour.
Age, Joe, every time.
Baby Blue.
Baby Blue.
It is indeed. So what's that? 6-all. How many questions do we have left? 2 questions remaining, all to play for. It's tense. It's very, very tense. I think it's quite easy, isn't it? I think so.
Yeah.
I think everyone at home getting that one as well. Jet Black.
Yeah,
is what I've
Jet
gone for.
Black.
Yes, Jack Black and an
Jack
Air
Black.
Force jet there.
Oh,
right, it's
be
the final
draw,
question.
Joe.
Are we going to go
then
down to a
we've got
tie-break situation?
Sudden death then,
all
haven't we?
the way down to the wire. Here, the last question. Oh. Oh, I've got it. You got it, Jan?
I think so. I've got a colour, whether it's the right one or
Yeah, I've
not.
got a colour. I don't think it's the right one. Do you want to go first? See what you've got then.
I put our Frosty Jade.
I've also put Frosty
Frosty
Jade as
Jade.
well. Is it Frosty
Yay.
Jade? Well, how is that Jade? I don't.
It's the colour, isn't it? It was Jade Green.
Ah,
That's where
okay.
I was going with it. It would have been... I was thinking more
It's a
Jade.
Jade Dragon is what it is. Right then. So what's the tie-break situation, Johnny? It's a question.
8. Oh, here we go.
And the question is, how many different discovery kits are
gosh,
there?
we've had this
Are we
before.
talking advanced and normal ones? So it must be both, because if it's both, I think I've got it.
Is that the advanced ones as well?
Advanced and regular.
Oh my days, so there's a fair few then, aren't there? Right, I don't know the answer, I'm guessing this one.
I think I know the answer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. Why don't you go first then if you're not so
I've
confident?
guessed 12.
Ah, well I think it's 12 as well.
Right. That
And
is
it's 11! Oh, I thought there were 7 original, 5 new ones.
I was just going with 6 of each. I didn't know the answer to that one.
Right,
I have got a lot of them.
Who is it on the socials? It's Grace on the socials today. Oh, well there you go. Do you know what? Everyone's a winner. We're going to do 5 from YouTube
How
and 5 from Facebook.
fantastic.
It's a draw. Should we do rock, paper, scissors to see who wins? Because one of us has got to win. We can't just say we drew.
Why can't we?
Ready? We'll do rock, paper, scissors. Ready? 3,
On
2,
3 or
1 on 3.
1, 2, 3, go, or 1,
No,
2, 3?
1, 2 on 3.
Right, go on then.
Ready?
1,
1, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah! Boop-a-doo.
That's a really poor way of winning, Joe Crumblins.
You wouldn't have said that if you'd have won.
It's a poor way of winning that. I am so glad though that everybody's going to get a
Everyone
chance
wins.
this morning. How
You get a
fabulous
voucher,
is
you
that?
get a voucher, you get a voucher,
Yeah,
you get a voucher, you get a
that
voucher.
is brilliant.
Amazing.
I've made such a mess over here.
Oh dear. Anyway, so that's amazing. Mariah was loving my dancing. Thank you, Mariah. So 5 winners from Facebook, 5 winners from YouTube.
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner. We'll probably get told off, but you know, none of the bosses are in anyway, so no one's going to be able to tell us. We'll
This
have
is
to
what
wait till
happens,
Monday
you see,
till we
with
get
it being a
told off.
weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be fine. Don't you worry about that.
Right.
Right, we'll announce those winners before the end of the show, which is fantastic. So,
Where are we going now then?
Nutcracker and Swan Lake is what we're going to look at now. Both of these items you've got here. Should we get the card of the show underway as well while we're here? Should we get the vote of the show?
I've only got one, but we've just done the
we've
artboard
got
as well,
2.
haven't we?
So the artboard and the Nutcracker.
we got the
Nutcracker, yeah,
original
Swan Lake.
triple for Swan Lake. So that was the first one we did with that beautiful Sarah signature limited edition box there. So that was number 1 with that lovely embossing folder, yeah. Do you know, I think I'm having a senior moment this morning,
you?
Joe. It doesn't bode well for the
Get a bit
rest
of
of
a
the day,
brain
does
fart.
it? And then...
I've been quite tired in this show, but I warn you, Jan, I am waking up now. I'm sorry. And it's Fake Friday, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Number 2, honestly, number 2 was that lovely little basket from the set of 3 Dreamies gifts artboard there. So,
Amazing.
yeah, I will try. I've got a little bit more to do to that. We'll try and finish that off in between the shows.
Fabulous.
So that was number 2,
darling.
just the 2 this morning.
1
yeah.
or 2?
I did have another
number
one,
2.
but as always, time
Just haven't got there, have we?
escapes me, yes.
Brilliant. Well, I know you're going to take us through the Nutcracker collection in a moment. I'll just tell you the details of that. Of course, the Swan Lake box and the Nutcracker box. When you buy the Swan Lake, it's just the box on its own in this particular configuration. You get the Nutcracker box for half price, which is very generous. That saves you $22.50 or almost $25. Which is not to be sniffed at, if I say so myself. Grace was thinking Baby Blues Brothers as well as the colour. She didn't quite get that. We'll announce those winners before the end of the show. Another one. I know you love the Nutcracker, don't you?
Yeah.
Just as a general work, but to have it in a craft kit is awesome.
I've always been a big fan of the signature collections purely because Sarah puts everything together. I have spent many a time searching high and low for the right colour card to go with the paper paper that I've chosen, and the fact that you know the signature collections take all that hard work out for you. And then it may be you think, oh, yeah, when you've finished your project, it always needs that little bit of something. I haven't got the right coloured gems to go with it. I haven't got the right coloured ribbon to go with it. It's all done. And the fact that they're presented in these lovely boxes, and again, if I show you the end here, if you stack them on the end, you've got a quick reference point to what collection it is. And this was the one.
That chap, isn't he?
A bit scary. Who the Nutcracker himself?
Yeah.
He's not scary, but it's a lovely. If you're not familiar with the story, have a look on the search engines and just and have a look. It's a lovely little story about the toys coming to life. So again, beautifully packaged. I've got a couple of samples in there that I've done previously that I'll show you. Even the tissue paper, you know, I always save this and use this as you know, extras. So again, mine's been used, so it's been dipped into, and there are elements, you can see there's bits of ribbon missing off mine because I was using it when it was launched. But I'll start again, as always, with the stamps and the dies, because this is the sort of stuff that's going to take you through. Obviously the paper and the card blanks are all sort of consumables, but you're going to have these stamp sets and the dies to continue with, you know, just adding some of your own card blanks in there. If you like to make your card blanks out of the card stocks. But absolutely gorgeous set of stamps. Again, you've got all the characters from that story. We've got the Nutcracker himself, we've got the Sugar Plum Fairy, we've got the little rocking horse, I can't remember the little girl's name now, and then we've got King Rat here, you've got the grandfather clock, and again there was a bit of a Christmas theme to this one, so you've got those lovely ornaments in there, the gifts, and then again a lovely set of stamps, sentiments, and this one's lovely for adding just that little bit of touch. Like I said, the papers are not coated, so you can always add your own touch to them. And then again, that comes with all the metal work, including you've got a really nice tree die in there as well that isn't a stamp, so you've got lots of elements that will cut out the stamps. You've also got some tag shapes on there as well if you wanted to cut out the sentiments with them. So that's the main sort of focus. Again, there are stencils in this one that match the folder. You can see that embossing folder there with that lovely draped curtain, and then we've got areas that you can highlight by using the stencil and popping some ink through. You can see the lovely bed there, and then this one's got the curtains to add some details into that one, and then the third one does the top layer of the curtain. You can really get some sort of perspective with those inks on there. And then this one is stunning. You've got that gorgeous sort of feather work in here. So with this one, it's very, very delicate. I would recommend using some of the stick and spray. Let me just see if I've got them underneath there. Yeah, the repositionable glue. I would definitely recommend coating the back of this one. Otherwise, you don't want to damage this when you're using your inks, and this will allow you to stick it to your cardstock but remove it again and reuse it. And then, as always, we've got our card blanks, same configuration. They're usually the same sizes in there, with matching envelopes, so you can decorate the envelopes as well. And then in the bottom there, we've got that gorgeous selection of paper and cardstock. Let me just give that a spread out there with all those characters on. So you've got the Nutcracker himself there, you've got that lovely grandfather clock with little King Rat, you've got some more plainer ones, you know, that you can add your own stamp designs to, the rocking horse there, and then I think there's this, is she Clarabelle's just come to mind. I don't know whether that's her name at all. I might have made that up. The little girl.
I think you're right.
Is she?
I thought her name was Clara. I don't
Clara,
know.
Yeah, that's just sort of pop. This is what happens in my mind. Things just pop into it. Sometimes it's at the relevant moment. Other times it's middle of the night at 4 a.m. in the morning.
All of my intrusive thoughts are mostly to do with show tunes or Eurovision, to be honest, or Cher. So it's quite hard keeping them in all the time.
And again, such a gorgeous colour palette of those that cardstock. Again, plain cardstock, so you can stamp on it. Double-sided. I also forgot to mention that the papers are double-sided, and you've got got some gorgeous sort of plaid effects on the back of some of those papers. So again, all being thought out beautifully. And then the last bit, I'll just show you that last little bit, the embellishments. You got the 3 different sizes of satin ribbon again, in colours that match that theme. You've got a set of flat back self-adhesive gems in those 3 colours, but you've also got, and I love these ones, these are the little clear dewdrops. So you can use them as clear elements to highlight, but they will also take your alcohol markers. So you can actually colour over the top of them with the alcohol markers and make them any colour to match any project that you're working with. So those are in there as well. So on the front of the box, it did say includes over 315 elements in the box. Absolutely beautiful. And then I've made one holy mess. These are some of the samples I'd made when I was doing it previously. But if I just show you those there, you can see that curtain where we've added some ink, we've added some gilding wax. I love these. I love all these little images that you can colour and cut out. They're beautiful. So that was just one design with the ra bum 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 bum.
Sounds like Johnny.
Do, 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 do. Again, using some of the characters there. We've got the Nutcracker himself. And then you've got that little grandfather clock. That was the tree die, which could be useful for all sorts of things. And then again, popping them on that style of card. And again, you know, you can see that lovely coordinating ribbon. You can see that's the reverse side of one of the papers, which is just as nice as the patterns. And that lovely sort of music stave there from the stamp. However you want to pop them together. I did pull a few more out of the box. This is a really nice one, again, that shows that embossing folder. So this time we've used sticky ink through the stencils.
Nice.
And it's just created.
Just a clear sticky ink?
Yeah. So it's been done with the red ink to start with and then embossed.
It's making my eyes go a bit funny on our screen.
Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
Really
and then
lovely.
again, all those little characters that you can just stamp and die cut. So really nice box, and as I say, they make excellent gifts.
They
you know,
do.
if you've got a crafty friend and they're maybe just starting their crafting journey, it's a great way of getting involved in the crafts because you've got the only thing that you need to add to it is some glue. It really is. And then once your consumables have run out, you can start and incorporate those stamps and dies into other projects.
Excellent.
They might come in handy for other things, in the future.
Brilliant. 72.48, 84.92 gets you the Nutcracker box and the Swan Lake box. I must do the winners for Facebook. It's Lynn Harvey, Brenda K. Tatchell, Susanna Stevens, Kathy Maniley, Mariah Rosario. I'll do those again. Lynn Harvey, Brenda K. Tatchell, Susanna Stevens, Kathy Maniley and Mariah Rosario. For YouTube, Sandra Dundas, Julie Barlow, Thea Deeperink, Shelley Hicks and the Enchanted Craft Fairy. Email us, please, prizes@crafterscompanion.com. Claim that prize, spend it on something special. I want to go back and just recap that larger Swan Lake offer that we've got for you. Brilliant value here on this one because you're getting the box itself, which has got card blanks, envelopes, coloured card, pearl card, printed papers, your embossing folder, stencils, stamps, metal dies, ribbons, feathers and a pot of iridescent glitter. That is just in the box alone. We're then throwing into there 2 ink pads and 2 of our luxury card stocks, which is brilliant. Now that should be coming to £80. We've given you a cheeky discount, bring it down to £65. In the US, you'd be looking at over $105. It's $82.85 today. You can then use your Club Inspire discount, of course, on top of that, don't forget. So brilliant savings on that. It is going to be our craft along coming up in just over an hour and a half's time. So make sure you come and join us for that if you've already got the collection. If you haven't, maybe now's the time to grab it. And then you'll be able to watch that later craft along back whenever you want, as you can with every single show that we bring you here on Crafters TV. Is that your later craft along, Jan?
It is.
Do you think it's going to be, do you think it's Joe-proof?
Yes, I think it's Joe-proof.
Excellent.
You'll be fine with this.
Yeah, why not then? Let's give it a go.
So this is what we're actually going to be making in the next show at 3 p.m. here in the UK. So if you can join us, this is using elements from your Swan Lake signature box. The only thing that I've added to it is a little bit of stamping card to put my details on the back there. If I just pop you that one round, it's got the sentiment and the space to write on the back. And then I've also added some clear acetate to it. But all the papers, the cardstock, all the stamps and everything are all from that Swan Lake box. So this is what we're going to be making. I've called it a double pillar because if I turn it, let's turn it that way so you can see. A double pillar theatre card. So you've got those 2, the tall pillar and the shorter pillar to sort of create the sides of the stage. and then you've got that lovely sort of layers of acetate in there to bring the depth into it. So yes, that's what we're going to be making later, Joe. So if you want to join us at 3 o'clock, the lists are up on our social media. So on Crafters TV page, there's a list of things that you need. And then I've shared it as well on my social media. So Jan Brown, Crafters Companion, Jan Brown CC. All the details are there for what you may need.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I love it if you could join us, and I think we're going to get our Joe crafting along. We're going to sort him some gear out in the break, aren't we, Joe?
We are indeed.
Every faith in you.
We're best going to have a bit of lunch and a gossip then, hadn't we, before the end? Oh, demo of the show, yes. Did we do it? I've logged out my iPad now.
Oh no!
Let me log back in. I'm going back in. I'm going back in. 1 sec. Hold the line.
That's it.
Demo of the show. Demo of the show. Did we do it? Well, I mean, it was going to be. Oh no.
Oh no.
I can't find it. Pam Craven says, hello Joe and Jan, just catching up. Woohoo! Exactly 4 months today since Craft Factor. I asked where you were yesterday, Pam, because I was worried I hadn't seen you. Apparently she's been moving house, Jan.
Ah, right.
Where are you moving? Are you still in the Royal County of Berkshire, Jan? That's what we want to know. It hasn't been done. Oh, we did do it, Grace, but we'll do it. Number 2. There you go.
You're going for the little basket,
yeah, we'll go for number 2.
Yeah, I will try and get that finished.
Stop. Sorry, Grace. Grace was obviously sorting out 10 vouchers, and we just chucked in there the card of the show as well. Anyway, let's hope it won. If it didn't win, then I'm sorry, life sometimes isn't fair. Myself and Jan will see you in 90 minutes' time. Make sure you go and shop that Craft House show later because it's very busy on that. We're going to get some lunch. See you back here, 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast time. Chowsers.